Bioshock. We're doing all the collectibles. We're in downtown Emporia. We're on part 4, AA Gamer for Life. Okay, all the collectible videos have pictures of the maps and the amount of collectibles. Okay, so we're on the later part of the downtown Emporia. We're getting towards our third tear, and that's going to be in the center of the bank. And there's going to be several collectibles to get along the way. And again, you wanted to make sure in the previous video we picked up the code book, and you're going to need that once we get into there. So if you haven't got the code book, just check out the previous video, find out where that is. And I also mentioned as you come around and get to these stairs, as soon as you touch the stairs, it's going to send off a wave of enemies, and pretty big wave too.
This place have to do with my mother.
Okay, that first guy, we checked his body. I saw something blinking on the wall. I don't know if I picked that up, but definitely take a second there and look back up there. I don't know, maybe that's a lockpick or whatever. Okay, now these 3 connectoscopes aren't part of the collectibles. They're all already scenes that we've seen previous in the game, so they don't count towards the achievement. Take the time to look at them if you want to make sure. But anyway, once you take the elevator up and you get up into the big area, there's going to be another wave of enemies up here to deal with. Once you got all them dealt with, take the time to start looking around. Okay, on the bottom level here, there's like these offices on either side of the big area. So go ahead into each side and go ahead and loot.
50% of everything.
Nice
people
payday
earn
in here,
goes
so
right to
I guess, you know, consider it was a bank or whatever.
Get me a job in the profit
So take the
business.
time, grab as much money as you can.
Elizabeth?
Looks easy enough. Got it.
Okay, I'm redoing this game again, normal. I've already beaten it on 1999 mode, but I'm doing a normal walkthrough as well. And it's definitely a good idea. Spend your money on the stuff that kind of works for you. Like this particular time I went through the game, I put a lot of money in the electric shock jockey, but I noticed that, I don't know, the electric just doesn't seem to do as much for me. It comes into play a few times, but the fire, the Devil's Kiss, seems to do a lot more damage, and when you upgrade that, it's got the little clusters and stuff. So this time around, I've actually put a lot of money into the bucking Bronco and the fire, and obviously the green stuff, possession. I upgraded so with you use less salt for it and that kind of stuff. Throughout the game, that's very helpful. Sometimes you get in areas with several turrets, and it's just easier to possess them than it is to take them out. And the final battle at the very end, I wouldn't have been able to beat it on 1999 mode without the possession, because I've tried it several different ways and laying traps down, and in a nutshell, it's just easier to possess the enemies. The Patriot guys are kind of this and that. Like if you got 2 of them, you want to possess one and, you know, shoot the other one and keep possessing the one until the other guy's down, and then deal with him then. 1999 mode is no joke. It's a real chore to get through, so
Catch, Mr.
you got to use everything at your disposal to get through that. Normal is a lot more forgiving and a lot more fun too. 1999 mode wouldn't have been so bad if they didn't have the last achievement was to complete the game, make sure to get the lockpicks without using the vending machines. So, and the game isn't set up so you can replay with a save game. So it wasn't a situation where you can play it on 1999 mode and then reload that game with that save. So you would have all your upgrades and that kind of thing. So you could beat the game, and use the slot machines, and then go back and replay it because you're upgraded and that. So you had to beat the game and not use the vending machines, and it was a real chore. There was many spots where it would have been easy just to run off to the machine and get ammo and salt and that kind of thing and get through it. I mean, I beat the game and got the 2 achievements, but it wasn't easy and it wasn't a lot of fun either. So, okay, so once you get done with that bottom area, you saw I took the time, looted the whole thing. When you get up to this next level, you want to head to the left, loot along the way. And in the very back of this area is going to be where you need the code book.
Grab that lockpick. We might need it later.
Lock picks, and definitely take those. As a matter of fact, I was just talking about how hard the 1999 mode, this particular area was one of the most difficult ones. Anytime that you have to deal with that siren and trying to take her out in 1999 mode was just it was hard. And being able to buy something out of the vending machines definitely could have made that easier, but with this particular level wouldn't have mattered. I don't know if there was a machine that I could have got some ammo from, but nevertheless, somewhere in the future I will be doing the walkthrough on 1999 mode, and I'm trying to get caught up on all these videos. Okay, so make sure you get your gear before heading off to the room where the code is.
Want to hold on to this?
Okay, so once you get close, the girl will just do her thing.
Type 3 letters.
Grab all the loot around
spell
here.
The voice.
3 letters.
VOX. Try the typewriter.
Looks like we got a double lockpick and some silver dollars running around. Okay, so that's the area that opened up from using the code book.
Perfect.
Grab the lockpicks and the voxophone.
I know the prophet is a liar, but he cannot be. I know the
Okay,
prophet is
that's
a
going to kind of
murderer,
wrap up this
but
area.
he cannot be.
Make sure to give the area a good look
For
around,
the
make
future
sure
lies
you
only in
don't
the
miss anything.
imagination of God. Why would he reveal it to such a monster?
Okay, then continue on with the quest. You're going to keep circling around the hallways here. And before you go off into that room into the left at the very end, hit the very back corner here and get the gear. Alright, so you head off into the next area. It's where our final tear is going to be. You circle around to the room on the left. You'll get your safe back here, and there's your voxophone.
Lutez says the bastard is a creation not of her womb, but of some unholy science. I do not know which is true. The child is no more divine than I. What says that from my husband's prophecy? He begs my silence, but I can only offer him forgiveness. But with repentance, need come truth. I can suffer his lies no longer.
Can you open this?
Child's play. Done.
Okay, so that's going to kind of wrap up this area. After you activate the final tear, we'll drop the voxophone. Make sure to grab that. And just remember, after this voxophone, when you walk out towards the safe door, you're going to have another battle with the siren. And just be ready. She's quite tough, and spawning off a bunch of enemies don't help matters any.
But even she refuses to help.
If you got your bucking bronco upgraded, you can run down there, get the enemies elevated and concentrate your fire on her. Alright, so you don't really want to waste a lot of time, if you don't have to, shooting the regular enemies. You really just need to concentrate on her. As long as she's up, the enemies will just keep coming. So, okay, so once you get done with her, take the time, loot all the bodies, and then make your way back to the gate. And that's going to take care of the collectibles out here at downtown Emporia. That should be everything, and then we're going to be off to the Comstock house, into the asylum and all that.
I found some money. Want it?
Just a good tip, once you get done with the final battle at the gate, take the time and look around. There might not be much to loot, but pick the weapons that you want and buy as much ammo and salt as you can, because the first couple of battles in the next area are quite tough. You got quite a few of these George Washington enemies or whatever they are that come at you, and they take a lot of damage, and there's quite a few of them. So I ran up in there. I didn't have much ammo or salt, and I had to deal with that, and it was pretty tough. But nevertheless, that takes care of all the collectibles in the downtown Emporia area.
No, you are not.
So make your way back to the gate. You got to deal with the siren out here again. It's 3 times you're going to encounter her. And then the gate's open now. So just make sure to hit the machine and stock up before coming out here. If you like the videos, you can always support us by checking out the ads.